That's the ocean out there beyond all those buildings you see in the distance. Up here we'll be taking a right-hand turn to head down towards Buxton. Right now it's welcome to Nag's Head. Brand new bridge over Oregon Inlet. That winds way around. The last time I was up here, they were still working on this, and I had to delay my hotel room for a week because they had driven a piling through the power line going out to the island beyond here, and there was no power for like 5 or 6 days. So luckily they got that taken care of. I stayed at Surf City for a week, and then I came over here after they got it repaired. But yeah, pretty cool looking bridge. Heck of a thing. There's the Oregon Inlet. They say they catch, sometimes they catch deep sea fish here. I don't see anything in the way of waves. To speak of. But that's okay, it's summertime. It'll be a good adventure, even if I don't get to do a lot of surfing. It's a lot nicer than it was last time I came up here. It was a mess. The old bridge was just rickety. It was made out of metal, and you go over and it would just sound like you were going to fall through it. So old and rickety. Alright, so here we are. We've got the sand dunes showing everywhere. Lots of sand around here. Okay, there's the lighthouse off in the distance. I'll be camping not quite in the shadow of the lighthouse. Okay, I made it. Here's my campsite. I didn't realize I was so far back. It's going to take me 5 minutes by bike just to get to the front of the campground. And then, and you can tell the wind's whipping through here out of the southwest. It's going to be hard offshore. Low pressure system moved over top of us. It's been raining all night and all day. And this is what it looks like this morning. I'm at about 3 or 4 inches of water here. And there's the rest of the campground. It's like a giant lake. I'm completely underwater here. Oh yeah. This is interesting. Well, at least my tent held up. It didn't blow away last night. I'm on my way out of the campground. I moved yesterday, the day before yesterday. I can't remember now. It's been kind of an ordeal. But I was down here in H20, which is this last one here on the right. And it's completely underwater. And the website said it might get a little damp. Look at that. That was my site right there. That's where I was set up at. And here's my picnic table. Look at it. It's almost up to the bench seats. Boy. Well, You know what? No regrets. It was an adventure. I had a good time. I wanted to stay another week or so, but obviously that's not working out. Well, I left the campground, which was all flooded out. And the main road here is completely wet over, and the traffic's not moving for some reason. I don't know if some guy flooded his engine out right in the middle of the road or what, but yeah, this is some pretty wild stuff. Look how deep the water is on the road, and it's been like that in a bunch of places. Oh, and it looks like it's getting really deep up here. Man, I'm glad I got a pickup truck. Well, here we are, day 2, my first morning at camp. It's 6:30 in the morning, but Hatteras is so far east of Florida, it's already been daylight here since about 5:30. Here come the geese. Well, it's Sunday at Cape Point Campground, Buxton, North Carolina. This is either the last day of July or the first day of August. I don't know if this is 8/1 or, but anyway, got here on Friday, and it's been nice. But boy, it looks like it could rain today. It's rained several times anyway, but today really looks like it could really be an indoor type day. But so far, I had a nice long bike ride this morning. I found a trail up across from the lighthouse, and wow, it went way back in the woods. I didn't even go to the end of it. Just and it was nice and mowed and wide open, really nice. I had a really good bike ride this morning. Saw a bunch of deer, got some pictures of some big old bucks. And so I'm really enjoying it. And my biggest concern was that it was going to be endless sandflies and mosquitoes here. And you know what? I haven't had the first mosquito or sandfly. Not at all. Oh, the geese hanging out. Deer in the campground. All right, well, I've looked and looked and looked, and this looks like the most consistent spot. It's nothing special, that's for sure. But wow, it's just really close to the campsite. I'll be back to the campground in a little bit after I finish surfing. There seems to be a little bit of a buildup on the outside. This is the one place that the waves are breaking outside consistently. There again, like I said, it's all relative. Every place else looks terrible. There's a nice little wave though. I think that's where I'm gonna go, right? I'm gonna go right over there. That's looking south to the Hatteras Island, and the other islands, I don't know the names of them. You have to take a ferry to get to it. Waves aren't near as big as they were yesterday. We'll take a little bike ride. This goes out to the point. That's called Diamond Shoals out there. That's a sandbar that stretches way out into the ocean. I guess at one time it caused a lot of shipwrecks. And then they got the lighthouse put in. Of course, nowadays with modern navigation, they don't have to worry about that anymore. The wind's pretty nice and calm this morning, but unfortunately, there's no waves. And then what little wind there is over on the east-facing side by the lighthouse parking lot. So I imagine it's still pretty choppy over there this morning. But I'm going to go all the way out to the point if I can make it. They've got these bird sanctuary signs up. You're not supposed to go past. And I don't know if I'll be able to make it all the way out to the point without running into one of those restricted areas. But I'm going to go find out. Ain't nothing but a bike ride. I just got up, it's about 6 a.m. making myself some coffee. And right here, just outside the door, is a deer walking by. It's going to be a nice sun up. Well, I went off to the grocery store. When I came back, this is what I saw across from my campsite. It's a little fawn, and I guess that's the mother. It's a small deer. I've been taking pictures of deer. Got a bunch of pictures this morning, and the bucks are pretty big up here. And I got some does the other day, so. But this is a good, pleasant surprise. You get to see the deer. And she's coming right out in the open now. Oh, that's great. Come on, little fawn. Wow. It's a beautiful day all day. I did a lot of stuff, but right now it is just coming down like you wouldn't believe. Boy, I had a good day. And I did some surfing. I took a bike ride down this trail that went a long ways and I never reached the end of it. Someday I'm going to have to go down and find out where it comes out, but I think it comes out way over. It doesn't look like it's circling back around to come back into the lighthouse entrance road, and the campground entrance will be the same thing. But anyway, yeah, it is wild. But everything's holding up, so I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying watching Mother Nature do her thing. Just as long as she doesn't rip something of mine apart. And I think I've gotten everything tied down pretty good. I always try to be careful about that. But you never know. Get a really hard gust or something. No way you can control it. Okay, well, I have rambled on. Just had to take a video of this, even if it's blurred out, because that's the first sunshine I've seen in 2 days. It's about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. We got one little bit of sun coming out. There's the campground. And then across the way, I think that's some kind of government building by the tower. And you see the campground. This one here is kind of flooded too, but not as bad as Cape Point. It was just a lake. But there's another lighthouse up there. The sound over there, inland. Right over there is where my camp area is. C12 is the number that I'm in case I need to remember that in the future. And then there's the bridge. I can't see all of it from here. Once it gets up past that dune where you can't see it anymore, it's impressive. It goes up real high, makes a big old twist like a roller coaster. I'm up here on the Oregon Inlet Bridge. I just rode my bike up a little ways. I'm kind of afraid to go too far. People speeding by. Traffic's not too bad. But anyway, you can see the bridge going, it goes off in the distance. It just goes up real high and goes around in a big loop. Super cool looking. That's Oregon Inlet over there. You can see the waves crashing. And the dunes. And there's a off-road vehicle ramp right there. And then that's the campground out beyond.